What is up, you guys? This is Drea with Underground Hip Hop Blog, the biggest underground hip hop blog in the world. And today we are back at one of our favorite venues. This is the Catch One here in LA. Tonight we have a sold-out indigenous hip hop show. Headlining, we have Zero of Elvu, Nitani Means, and Supaman. If you happen to miss the show, go ahead and watch the rest of this recap to see what you missed. All right, come on.
Como me falta, como me falta, como me falta.
Yo, sub one camera, yeah, sub one camera, check it.
And take back my ways and everything that it was. Everything they hide from us, the plight of us, and all the ways they've hurt us. Sifting through the rubble, Sifting through the rubble, I found myself in a balaclava, throwing Molotovs, losing Curtis. Hit that first track.
I'm not accepted if I'm not Mexican enough. Sometimes I'm not indigenous enough either. I don't know where I come from. Doesn't make a difference. Why? Whole bunch of every kilo. I'm this land. I'm walking by forces. Get those animals.
When I spit, I take you back before the slave ships, before the Mayan pyramids and the spaceships. This is ancient like the Easter Island face, is the cipher in the matrix. What I write is sacred. Christians call it coming of the revelations. Shit, I call it coming from the reservations.
What's up, you guys? I am backstage with Nitani Means. You just got off stage. You had an amazing performance. How did you feel tonight, like being back in the energy of the crowd?
Man, it was awesome. And just, I mean, LA's LA, you know, and just to be here with undergroundhiphopblog.com, to be here at this venue, Catch One, it's awesome, man. It's an honor.
How were you before the show? You ever get nervous? You ever have any pre-show rituals? Like, what is your go-to?
You know, usually I don't get too nervous, but coming off of COVID, quarantine, you know, I haven't performed in a while, you know, so I did get nervous for this one for sure, you know, but I always just make sure I have my set list ready to go and, you know, make sure I know in my mind what I'm doing. Yeah.
So, you just dropped a single earlier this year, Heaven and Hell. Tell me about that. Tell me about your process for writing it. How did you feel? What were you most excited about?
I think I heard the beat and the words Heaven and Hell just came to me right in the beginning. Heaven and Hell, you know, freedom or jail. It's just a song that depicts, you know, the dichotomy between our life as American Indians and what we have to go through. You know, it's either on reservation life or off reservation life. And the song is just, you know, it's about going hard in life as indigenous men and not having boundaries for ourselves, or not allowing the United States to give us boundaries. We're just gonna go fucking hard.
So which one is heaven and which one is hell, on or off the reservation?
Hey, it could be hell on the reservation, it could be hell off the reservation. Heaven is where you choose it, you know? I don't like the concept of Christianity or Catholicism. You know, they did a lot of really bad to our people, but that concept of heaven and hell, you know, that sticks with everybody, so it's very visual, you know. Yeah.
Well, you just came off an amazing performance. I'm so excited to talk to you. We want to have you in for a mic sesh, interview, everything. You can check out the rest of this video and more at undergroundhiphopblog.com.
As I enter the center of the circle, I thank the four directions, Mother Earth and Father Sky. Some of you may ask why and not understand where I'm coming from. That is because we have been kept from our ancient wisdom, torn away from our roots. That is why we have gangbangers, drug dealers, and prostitutes. Identity lost, spiritual death is the cause. Modern day
All right, what's up, you guys? I'm backstage with Zero of El Vu. You just had an amazing performance. Dude, where do you get all this energy from?
Well, you know, when you become an artist and you tap into your message, it almost seems like it flows through you. So you're just kind of a medium for the ancient past, the genocide, and the survival of it. So I feel like that's where it comes from, the belly button area, straight into my heart, out of my mouth.
How long did it take you to feel this comfortable and just to, like you said, kind of breathe out your truth?
20 years. 20 years. No shortcuts. Because at that point, after 20 years of saying the same thing over and over, you're pretty confident about what you're saying. So that's why.
Do you think over the course of 2 decades that people have heard you even more, even though you're saying the same thing? Like, there's a moment when your fans finally get it after the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth album. How do you feel?
I feel like, you know, the ancestors had a clear message 500 years ago, is that we from that lineage would automatically awaken. But it's not just like you just automatically know all this stuff, right? You get messengers sent to you, right? I got messengers sent to me in the sweat lodges, in the ceremonies I attended, even just walking down the street, all of a sudden, I'm in front of somebody who knows something. So when you ask for that medicine, it comes. It comes. And you gotta be humble enough to share it.
You got to be ready. So what advice do you have for anyone that's just tapping into their indigenous roots? They want to learn more about their history. They don't know where to start. How would you get started?
You're not going to learn anything about your indigenous lineage or past through books. You're going to learn it.
That's real.
Heart. You're going to learn it through your heart. And then your mind's going to translate it and make you walk and talk it that way. That's how you do it.
So look inward and not outward.
The biggest place to look is the place of love. And the place and the house of love is your heart. So look in the place of love, which is your own heart, and you'll find your road right back home.
There you go. You have some beautiful things to say. All your music is super inspirational and positive. You have a podcast with us. Where can any of your fans find you on a weekday podcast?
Well, you can find me on Sundays and Wednesdays on LA Natives Podcast, Las Taslan, the ancient place of the Aztecs, who held all transcontinental knowledge. You'll find me right there.
Well, there you have it. We have Zero of El Vu backstage at the Underground Show. Tune in with us next time and make sure to check out his podcast here, LA Natives Underground Hip Hop Blog. We out.
Hey, legend, right? Legend. I wish I could fucking beatbox like that. I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I wish. Look, we finna keep this running. We finna hear some beautiful vibes from the legend Underground Hip Hop Blog. We waiting for Supaman. Yeah.
What is up, you guys? I'm Drea, and I'm here with Supaman. It is an amazing night. You had an album drop earlier this year. You're performing in a few minutes. How are you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. It's a good year, even though we're coming fresh out of the pandemic.
That's right.
You know, I think it's just that the urgency to come together once again, you know, and do what we love. Yeah.
So, is this your first show performing back since COVID-19 pandemic?
You know, I had a few shows, but this is like the first one in LA since a while, you know. Yeah. So it's I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, on my Spotify listeners, the most is in LA. So yeah.
We're excited to have you back. How many shows? I mean, where have you gone? Like, since the pandemic opened, you've done a few shows. Where were you?
Let's see, we went to Cody, Wyoming. You know, back home they had a festival called the Red Ants Pants Festival. Been in some schools. You know, I do school presentations, motivational speaking, things like that. So yeah, a lot of opportunities just coming out. You know, it's great. Yeah.
Well, we're super excited to have you. I know you dropped an album earlier this year, like we mentioned earlier. Tell me about that. What was your process? How do you sit down and write an entire album?
Yeah, the pandemic gave me that time, you know, for sure. I was touring. Me and DJ Element had a big old tour before the pandemic hit. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, when I'm off this time, I can finish this album. But I don't think I would have finished the album, if the pandemic didn't hit. So I had the time, and I was able to finish some songs, be creative. Reached out to some amazing producers like Knots. If you know Knots, he did everybody's stuff. He's one of Dr. Dre's favorite producers. So I got like 3 beats from him, praise, and just
amazing.
I was able to buckle down and put out a good project and just kind of take my time with it.
Do you think because this was recorded in a time where you could sit down and focus so much that this will be different than your other albums that you put out before?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, there's always a different season, Like we all go through seasons of life, So one album, man, somebody might have broke up with their, significant other, and so it's evident in their music.
Yeah.
And so same with me, where I'm always growing, I'm always, changing my thinking, I'm passionate about different things at different seasons, and so it's a new season.
It's a new season. What can we look forward to on this album the most? What are we most excited for?
Just that, the medicine bundle in our culture, Apsaluga, is something that the warriors would go and obtain. They would obtain power, from the creator, and they would have these medicine bundles, and it was their power to go to war or protect their people. And this is kind of like mine, it's my good medicine. Got that good medicine to deliver to the people. It's bringing healing. So that's what it's all about, healing.
Healing. I feel like on your albums you bring a lot of Gnostic knowledge. It's a lot of knowledge brought in from not the, I want to say, conventional sources like school. It's a lot of knowledge outside of anything that we're taught growing up. It's life. How do you think, as someone of your capacity, has learned so much about life outside of like the typical schooling that we would usually get?
Yeah, so we're always learning, we're always learning. We're all being influenced by everything at every moment, like we're always, like the music now, we're all being influenced at every moment in life. And so it's just the journey, it's just my life experiences, the books that I read, and the direction I want to go is always positive and healing. I want to create the highest quality of living that there is, and I'm always on that journey. I don't know if I'll ever get there, but along the way I'm gonna tell the people what I've learned, and whether that's right or wrong, we'll just keep going.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you for sharing your journey with us. We're super excited to see you come on. This is Supaman on in a few minutes, Underground Hip Hop Blog.
That was so they could wipe out the culture and the young people, and then finally the new generation would never know what happened.
Don't you even know how to be a real Indian?
I guess not.
Well, shit, no wonder. Jeez. I guess I'll have to teach you then, ain't it?
Watch out for people who avoid the sun. They're shady.
Set aside the true history and keep us mystical. They say they founded this country on biblical principles.
Hey, you made it to the end. If you wanted to catch more sold out shows, go ahead and subscribe to our email newsletter at undergroundhiphopblog.com. We'll see you soon.
In the Declaration of Independence, that's no kidding. Hey, open up your heart, let love lead the way. Light your path with the words that I speak today.